Imagine you're 18 years old. You just walked at graduation and received your diploma. Your parents and friends are all looking at you, and they're all so proud. You have a little pep in your step because you just finished high school. It wasn't easy, but hey, you did it. Where do you go from here? Some of your friends are going off to college, but not you. You're done with books. You're going to jump straight into the workforce. Maybe you just received that dream job and need no extra education. The school of hard knocks, that's the way you're going to go. Maybe you decide to join the military and get some quote-unquote real-world experience. That's good. Serving your country is an admirable thing to do. And then, life happens. You wake up, and that dream job when you were 18 is nothing more than a daily grind where you find the most daunting task you perform in a day is tearing out of bed to drag yourself into work. That dream job has become a nightmare. Maybe you didn't make a career in the military, and all you have to show for it are bad knees, a problematic back, and a distaste for the mundane. My friend, you are in a bad situation. You are not happy with the way things are, and you feel this is the way of life. Now, you're in your 30s and you feel stuck. You might not be able to do the things you once could due to your age or possibly your profession. Maybe you wanted that promotion at work, but got passed over due to lack of education. By this point, you've thought about going to college. We all have. I'm sure you've given yourself every excuse under the sun. You tell yourself, I have a family now, and I just don't have the time. Or college is far too expensive. Or you give yourself the worst excuse ever. Maybe I'll look into it later. While giving yourself multiple excuses, you and I both know that there's only one reason you haven't done it. You are scared. Well, guess what? There is no better time to start educating yourself than now. You, my friend, are in the same situation I was in 1 year ago. I went into the military right out of high school. I was done with school, and I never wanted to touch another book. Life always has a funny way of getting back at me. The specialty I was selected for required a lot more education. That was okay. I got through, and I dealt with it. I enjoyed my first enlistment. I enjoyed it so much, I signed up for another one. During that time, my body started to break down. Since I was at the point where I could no longer run, the military ushered me out the door. I was told if you can't run in front of your troops, you can't lead them, which is okay. I understand that. When I left the military, I decided that trade school was going to be the right fit for me. I wanted a job that was a little unique. I decided to become a motorcycle mechanic and did just that for 12 years. After a while, I did not feel I was learning new concepts and became bored with the daily grind. It was the same bikes in the same wrench, doing the same service, day in and day out. I had topped out in my field. Again, my body started to break down. It broke down to the point I could barely shake hands without mind-numbing pain. I was miserable, in pain, and felt myself in that all-too-familiar stuck situation. I started to think, and I remembered Confucius said, if you find yourself the smartest one in the room, you are in the wrong room. My grandfather was a man of many sayings, and he always used to tell me, a day without learning is a wasted day. Upon that reflection, I decided I needed a change. The idea of going to college so late in life terrified me. I was not the best student in high school and thought this might be a continuation of those bad habits I had implemented all those years ago. I knew this was going to change my life, but I also knew it wasn't going to be easy. But I made the leap. And guess what? So can you. Now is the time to stand up. Now is the time to stop dragging yourself into the mundane. Now is the time to pull yourself out of that daily grind and tell yourself it is time for a change. No one is going to do it for you. You are going to be the only one that can do it for yourself. Stop wasting your days and learn something new. Go to college part-time. Go to college full-time. Just go. Let me help you take that leap. Starting school in your 30s can be a terrifying concept, but I was pleased to find out that those bad habits that I had learned all those years ago They go away with age. I was thrilled when I figured out that the prior years of experience would serve invaluable within the college community. Within the discourse community, there is a concept known as prior knowledge reflection. A traditional college student goes in straight out of high school. A freshman's abilities is built upon what they learned their senior year in high school. Being older, you are able to take advantage of those life skills that we have acquired over the years. Our knowledge will complement the new lessons learned in the classroom arena. We have developed an ethos within our own communities, and some of us are considered experts or leaders. Use that to your advantage. Make what the professors tell you relate to your own knowledge. When you adopt that mindset, you will find yourself being more creative, not just in college, but in life. You have already decided to change up your situation, and that was the hardest part. Now it's time to dominate your GPA. Use your experience to write your term papers. Use your experience to get through chemistry. More importantly, use your experience to create a dialogue that's going to help you and possibly the other students around you. Do not waste any more days. Learn something new. Figure out what you want in an education and take it. Your knowledge is an asset. Use it. Build upon it. Prove to the 18-year-old you that there was nothing to be scared of and that higher education was a good idea overall.